I woke up this morning and it is so cloudy today and it's cold. Well, it's 50 degrees, but for me now that's cold. And I just woke up feeling so cozy and I felt like it was Christmas morning. And I think that the older I get, the more I appreciate the changes of the seasons, even though now I live in a place with not that much of a change of season. I think I've just come to appreciate weather a lot more. And it's come with this balance in my life of no longer craving consistent energy, consistent happiness, no longer craving those things and just allowing what is to be and coming to terms with falling in love with the seasons. Even if the seasons are 50 degrees versus 80 degrees, falling in love with that and falling in love with what is has been such a beautiful journey for me. So on this morning where I woke up feeling so cozy and like I just wanted to make myself some tea, I also wanted to sit down and just share that with you because I've been feeling a beautiful wave of nostalgia, being that it's been over a year since I've seen my parents and also over a year since I visited where I grew up. And I think with that, whenever it gets cold outside, I get very nostalgic for my childhood. I grew up in basically the town from every Hallmark movie. Like, that's what it looks like. Every Hallmark Christmas movie looks like the town that I grew up in, and we got a lot of snow. One year we had literally in one sitting 9 feet of snow. So no joke with the Christmases there. And so with that being said, when it gets cold outside, it just like reminds me of my childhood and also makes me want to get cozy and read a book and honor the part of myself that needs rest. So today I just wanted to share with you my experience with falling in love with the seasons and how I've come to just like enjoy what is and what comes with the weather. So I grew up with a very like Christmassy upbringing. Like for so many months out of the year there was snow, and I was so excited to move to Los Angeles because I don't have to deal with the snow anymore and it's warm most of the year. And I still love that for like the primary part of the year, but I have to say that I've gotten more of an appreciation now for the cold weather. And when I first moved to Los Angeles, I always wanted it to be sunny, and it usually was, but whenever it wasn't sunny, I would get bummed out like I was missing out on something. And that quickly shifted and I grew to love seasons. And I also grew to love seasons at a time in my life where my life was becoming more balanced. And I realized the power of seasons. I think that sometimes we feel like we're not a part of the natural world because we live in such a human society. But the truth is that we are nature. Like through and through, we are animals on this earth, no matter how separate we feel from it. And with that being said, we're not machines. We can't just like perform great 24/7 without rest. And seasons remind us that we are a part of nature because they're unavoidable. When it starts snowing, you can't just like block it out and pretend it's not snowing. It affects every part of your life. It affects the activity that you do. It affects what time you go to sleep because now there's less daylight. It affects your commute. It affects every aspect of your life. And there's something so grounding about that. And even though I don't have snow in my life anymore, there is something still so grounding about the fact that it gets cold and the sun sets at 4 p.m., which I've come to love. Like, I feel like in the winter, the universe, the earth is giving me a permission slip to rest. And it feels so good to honor that rather than resisting it. When the weather is cold, I just want to sit inside and drink some tea and make art and create. And I think coming to terms with that and coming to love seasons has brought balance back in my life. And I think that's something interesting too about living in Los Angeles, where there's not that much weather changes. Except now there's getting to be a little bit more weather changes. It's getting to be a little bit colder in the winters here. But I've found myself having less time to rest because of the fact that it's sunny all the time and I just want to like be out and doing things and taking advantage of the weather. But I think there is such a power in seasons. And when it becomes cold here, it's like I have permission again to just like cozy up and watch a Christmas movie and drink some cacao and paint, and it just feels so good. I also, grew up celebrating Christmas, and it has become more important to me as I've gotten older. I haven't seen my family in a very long time, and Christmas makes me feel very connected to the roots of where I come from. It makes me feel warm and cozy and I've been watching like Christmas videos on YouTube, which I normally like don't get into that, but I have watched like some Christmas videos and I've been watching Christmas movies, and it's just this part of me that I think makes me feel so nurtured and safe. And I think, living in a place without seasons has made me appreciate that a lot more. So I would encourage you, because it's been a journey for me as well, but I would encourage you to like take full appreciation in the seasons of wherever you are, in the seasons of snow or rain or clouds or wherever you are. Like, understand that the fact that the seasons and the weather affect us is what grounds us and nurtures us into what we are, which is part of the earth. And I think that's so special, and kind of holding true to that and honoring the way that you feel with the seasons changing is so important. I know for me, like, I just feel much more inspired to create in the winter because I'm inside a lot more. And I love that permission to just be inside and be cozy. And so I would encourage you to just like reevaluate. Try not to dread the sun setting so early. Figure out how you can make the most of the daylight hours that you do have, and how you can enjoy your night, and how you can find new hobbies inside wherever you're living, whatever your seasons look like, finding full appreciation in what they are, because they do connect us so much to the earth and who and what we are. It is so beautiful to have the permission to rest, because it's so necessary. And I've just really been enjoying spending a lot of time in solitude and in my home, and just like taking in every moment of the quietness of winter. Even though winter here, it's probably like 50 or 55 outside, but that for me, that's turtleneck weather. It used to not be, but it is now. But yeah, I'm just feeling so many of those cozy vibes right now. And so I just wanted to share that with you and share my perspective as someone who's lived in very intense seasons, as well as someone who now lives in very neutral seasons, and how I've grown to just appreciate the seasons so much. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you're doing well and taking care of yourself, and I hope that you're just honoring every single piece of what needs to be done for you and every single piece of what you're feeling. I hope that that is becoming such a priority for you to honor. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day today.